Hello, everybody. This is Ina Coveney, your salary replacement expert, and I'm here to tell you about this conversation that I just had with someone who is extremely bright. Okay, I want you to think of somebody on the TED stage. If you watch any of the TED Talks, I want you to think somebody who has gotten every degree possible, who knows everything that she needs to know about her expertise, about leadership, about management. She's made it. She speaks multiple languages. She knows her stuff. She knows who she is. But there's always that but, right? This person that I just talked to, she has all of that potential. I can totally see her on the TED stage teaching me how to be a leader. And instead, when we talked, she kept telling me, I just need to think about it. I need to get out of my head. I know what I have to do. I just need to do it. I just need to build my confidence. I just need to get out of my own way. I need to get out of my head. She kept saying these things. And these things, I've told you guys before about dog whistles, right? About things that I hear people say that really trigger something in my brain. Because you guys, I've been where you are. Right? I've been there. I have been working full time and wanting to do something else. I am a very smart and resourceful person. These are two qualities that I really value in myself. And even then, even knowing where to research things and how to do things, it took me so long. It took me so many years to actually get out of my job and do something else. It took me so long. So I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want it to take you 15 years to get out of your job. All right? I don't want that to be you. So I was just talking to this one individual who has everything to win. She could be on that TED stage next month. Like, she has it. She's got it. And then I hear the dog whistles. Right, which I pointed out to her. These are not secrets. I pointed out to her these thoughts of, I just need to think about it some more. I just need to get out of my own head, get out of my own way. I just need to work on my confidence. I hear all these things, and this is how I explained it to her. I told her, listen, there are two groups of people in the world. Right? There's the group of people who continue to say those things. Right? Like, I just need to get my act together. Right? And they continue thinking and thinking because the thought process here is that in order to make it, in order for me to figure out what is it that I want to do and how I'm going to put myself out there, I need to be really, really convinced that this is exactly the path for me, that this is my future. I need to be sure of that. If I'm going to invest in any big programs, if I'm going to be spending all this time and money, if I'm going to be researching these things, if I'm going to join this community of people, I need to be very, very sure that that's exactly where I want to step into, right? So this is path number one, all right? These are the kinds of people that are basically taking a really long time to get to where they could be in 3 months if they really put their minds to. And I truly believe this about this person. I really believe that she could be the next Brené Brown. I really believe she could be up on stage teaching me so much, right? In the meantime, I'm here waiting for Brené Brown to grow into her own, right? I'm here for Brené Brown to fill her own skin and to be able to step out as a leader and say, okay, I'm going to get started because this Brené Brown persona that I know that she can be here in 3 months rather than 3 years from now. Instead, these are the thoughts she's having. I just need to really think about it. I just really need to be sure about it. I just need to think. And then you have a second group of people. And this is what I explained to her. Then you have a second group of people who are basically exactly like her. They have all of these qualifications. They have all these smarts and all of these resourcefulness, right? But instead of saying to themselves, I need to think about it some more, I need to be really, really sure, what they do is, let me try. Let me start. Let me do something, right? In some cases, that means creating their own website, right? It's just going and putting something up. And not letting that stop them, not letting that be a stall tactic, but actually take a week, put something together. Even if it isn't perfect, it's not perfect, it doesn't have the exact right message, it still doesn't feel right, but now we have something to iterate on, right? Now we got something to start with. So from there, they go, okay, now I have an online presence. It's not perfect, but I feel like I can go out and help someone. And then they go and they get a client. Maybe it's a free client. right? Maybe somebody who just like, hey, I just need help. If I can help you and you give me a testimonial, that's all I need. I just need the practice, right? And then they get that client and then they realize, I like that, but I feel like I could help more people in this other way. Let me try something else. And maybe they start charging a little bit for this other thing. And then they start charging a little bit more for this other thing. And now they got 3 clients under their belt, and they can go out and say, yes, I helped 3 people do exactly this, and start to charge more. And then they start thinking to themselves, I think my website needs a revamp because now I know more. Now I know better about what my clients actually need from me and how I can help them. So I'm going to go and I'm going to hire a developer. I'm going to make my website, right? Okay, let's make it. It still doesn't feel like that's my Brené Brown, but it's better than it was before. Great. Let's keep moving. Let's keep getting clients. Let's keep changing up the offer. Let's go up and sign up for that program over there. Get some coaching on this. Oh my God, I'm going to get myself a coach, right? And this coach is telling me for the next 6 months, these are the things you're going to be doing to improve your online presence, to increase your publicity, to increase your visibility. And at the same time, that coach is helping me through my confidence problems. 6 months later, it's been a year since I started this journey, and I'm eons ahead from when I started, when I was thinking to myself, I just really need to think about this some more, right? So you have these 2 groups of people. The people who are waiting for things to be perfect in their mind, to be sure to step up in that stage. And then you have people who say, it's not perfect yet, but I know that I can get there. I just need to start somewhere. Because there's a path, guys. There's an actual path. You can't go from thinking about it to Brené Brown overnight. It's not all in your head. You gotta get experience, and you gotta practice these skills, and you gotta talk to more people, and you gotta really figure out who you're serving and how. And that is all an evolution process. And actually, this person, she identified it as soon as I said it. She's like, oh, it's like an evolution process. Yes, that's exactly right. So it's as if I told you that from an amoeba, right? An amoeba is here thinking, and then one day they're going to realize they can be a human, and then the next day they become human. It's not like that. It's exactly an evolution process. The amoeba has to turn into a multicellular organism, and then it has to crawl out of the water with the reptiles, and then, keep moving, right? So these things, these steps of evolution, they only happen when you take action. And this is something you guys have heard me say many, many times before, is that confidence is not something you build in your head. It's not something you go to sleep one night. It's not something that you go out to the beach and sit with your journal and then you come out more self-confident. It's something that trails behind the action. So something that I have my BeFound students do, and they're doing it this week, like right now, is I have them go on a Facebook Live and introduce themselves to the group. Right? So, and I tell them to just go and do it. So for some of these people, for some of my students, this is going to be the first time ever that they have done a Facebook Live. First time ever. They've never done this before. They've never liked seeing themselves on video. They've never done this before. And all of a sudden, I'm telling them, go and do it. I don't expect them to build confidence in a week and do it. I expect them to do it. And by doing it, they will build the confidence to do the next Facebook Live to their own audience, right? So these are the 2 paths that I see, right? The path of staying in the stalling tactics, thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And then there's the action path where you don't have it all figured out, but you're taking action. You're doing one thing at a time. You're going from one step to the next. You're going step by step by step, going up that staircase, going up that ladder, going through that evolution process, right? Until you've grown into that Brené Brown persona, right? And the good news is that it's very easy to switch paths. It is very easy to switch paths. All you have to do is decide to start taking action. So you're not doomed, right? You are not doomed. You have 2 paths. You're on one where you're waiting for inspiration to strike, where you're waiting for the confidence to come to you and to embody you and to possess you like a spirit, right? And then you have the evolution, the action path, right? All you have to do to switch paths is to start taking action, even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels like like, I don't know. So here's something that I don't remember who said this, but I love how they put this. They put it this way. If you feel like something is wrong for you, right? Because you're going to get nervous in two different scenarios, right? You're going to get nervous for signing up for a program. If the program feels like it's the wrong thing for you to do, but you feel like you're being convinced to sign up, right? Somebody's telling you, absolutely, you need to do this. It would be a big mistake if you don't do this right now. This is your next step. And if you don't do it, you're going to throw your entire life away. Like, there's people trying to convince you to go that path, right? And you see something attractive about it, but mostly you're nervous that you're going to be missing out. But it feels wrong. It feels off. It feels like that's not the program for you. That's not the next step for you. It feels off, but somebody's pushing you to make a decision, right? In those cases, listen to your gut, right? Listen to your gut. Do what feels right. At the same time, you will feel nervous about joining a program, even if it's the right thing to do, because you're uncertain of what's going to happen, because you don't know if you're going to pull through. You know that's the exact thing you need. You know it. You're like, oh, that's exactly it. In 3 months, I want to have my website. I'm here thinking of my BFAN program, right? In 3 months, I want to have a website and a persona and a business and just like be out there and going. I know that I want that, right? But what if I blank, right? What if I don't follow through? Because it's happened before that I have chickened out and I've not followed through. What happens if the coronavirus, quarantine, whatever, something happens in my life that prevents me from continuing in the program? What happens so you're starting to hear that this is about fear, right? Is fear of success, is fear of failure, is fear of dropping out, is fear of not following through, is fear of somebody having faith in me and me disappointing them, right? See how that feels very, very different from feeling like you're taking the wrong step? They're very different thoughts. So if there's a program out there and somebody's pushing you towards it and you don't feel like that's a right move for you, listen to your gut. But if you really feel like this is the right move for you and you're afraid that you're not going to pull through, that is the uncomfortable feeling that I'm telling you to act through anyway. Because especially in coaching programs, you have somebody who's holding your hand. Somebody who's going to make sure that you're not going to fall, because your success in the program is also their success. They have a stake in this, right? So you guys are kind of like doing this together. So with my Be Found students, I have students who are so nervous, right? There was one person who's like, I don't even want to open the welcome packet because I'm so nervous about this, right? True. Let's do this together. Don't worry about it. By the end of the program, you're going to have a beautiful online presence that you're going to love and a business that you're ready to put out there. That's my guarantee. How can I guarantee that? Because it's never happened before that we don't have that, right? It's never happened before. So that's kind of how you gauge what your right next move is, right? Is this the right thing? I'm just really scared. Or is this the wrong thing and I'm just being bullied into joining something, right? And I say this, and I told this to this brilliant person that I was talking to today. I told her exactly the same thing. I told her, like, listen, it's not my job to convince you to do anything, right? It's my job to tell you that this is an option in your life and to give you as much information as possible and to tell you that I'm going to be there with you. But there's nobody in the world that can make you do anything, especially if it doesn't feel right. So please, if it doesn't feel right, that's okay. I've had people in my program. I just had one recent graduate. Our first conversation about working together was 2 years ago. And she finally signed up this year. All right? So I know that this is not the last time we're talking. I know that this is not, I don't want you to come into the program if you feel bullied into it. I want you to come into the program if you're excited about it. If you feel like this is the right move, and Ina, I can't wait for you to help me. So that's a conversation I was having with this brilliant person. So if there's somebody out there who has this decision point in front of you, right? And you're seeing them and you're evaluating them, trust your gut, all right? Trust your gut, But if what you identify is fear of you not following through, that's just the uncomfortable feeling of the unknown. And there's people there in the program willing to help you out. So how do you know, going back to the beginning, right? Going back to the whole question in this podcast episode, how do you identify which path you're in, right? The winning path or the stalling path, right? You're in the stalling path if you've been trying to get this done for a while, but you feel like you don't have enough clarity, enough confidence, enough organization, right? That's a big one. You feel like you need to organize yourself a little bit more. Those are stalling tactics. If you're on the path that you're already taking action, you've already gotten yourself a client, even if it was a free client. You've already worked on creating a website, even if it's just a makeshift website, right? Just something out there. If you've already started a Facebook group and started welcoming people into it. If you started an Instagram account and started posting, and that's action, right? So if you've already started taking action, you are in great company. Even if it doesn't feel like you're there yet. It's an evolution process and you're going to make it and you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. All right? So how do you go from the stalling path to the winning path? You choose to take action. You choose to make a decision. You choose to say, I'm going to step into that person that I want to be. And I'm going to start stepping into that person right now so that a year from now, I can be eons away from where I started. And that's how you do it. That's how you get it done. All right? Start taking action now. So having said all of that, the launch for my Be Found program is closed. I have a wonderful group of people who are going to end up with an amazing website at the end. And I wanted to let you know that I am going to be featured in the online summit by Moby, and it's Not That Moby. I love it. That's actually his Instagram handle, Not That Moby. Moby Hayat. He has an amazing cast of people who are going to be teaching you how to do an online business and why do an online business first. I'm going to be teaching a couple of sessions, all right? One is pre-recorded, one is going to be live. So if you want to take advantage of that, other people who are like me, but a lot better, are going to be teaching at these things. I am honored to be in a group, in this really star-studded group. So to sign up for it, go to inacoveney.com/first. I'm going to be talking about that a lot this week because I want you guys in there in this online summit. It's going to be amazing. The main topic is how to start an online business, right? So there's different days. Day 1 is a deep dive into growing an online business first business model. Day 2, acquire customers and generate revenue via online channels. Day 3, how companies are currently adapting and expanding to online first. And day 4, adapting to an unknown future and business environment. You guys, this is almost like getting a mini online MBA just by watching these sessions. So go and sign up at inacoveney.com/first, but you have to spell Coveney right. It ends in EY, and first is all spelled out, FIRST. All right, I really hope to see you guys there. Oh, that's going to be exciting. The summit starts in 13 days. It starts right in May. So go and get your seat now. All right, guys, this has been a pleasure. And don't forget to listen to what happens after the closing credits, because I'm going to tell you the reality that I have been living in my own life with the quarantine. It has not been easy, but at least I'm leaving this here as a time capsule of what's going on in this entrepreneur's life in quarantine. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that helped. If you're still watching this or listening to this, leave me a comment, or on iTunes, you can leave me a review and tell me what your biggest takeaway was from this specific episode. Tell me what your biggest takeaway was and if it's inspiring you to actually take action. You guys, we all start somewhere, and it starts with taking that first step. All right, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Talk to you soon. Bye. Yay, thank you for watching. If you like that video, remember to subscribe right here to get notified of new episodes. And don't miss the podcast version, Trailblazing Out of Corporate Life. Go look it up and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.